You know, for centuries, we've all looked at places like Stonehenge and asked ourselves one simple question. But what if we've been asking the wrong one this whole time? Today, we're going to dig into a radical new idea that could flip everything we thought we knew about our ancient past right on its head.
I mean, really think about it. Why would a Stone Age society pour generations of effort into building something so massive, so impossibly precise? We've kind of settled on the usual answers, burial, ceremony, worship. But for today, let's just throw all of that out and explore a completely different, mind-bending possibility.
Okay, so let's just strip away all our assumptions about gods and rituals. Forget the temple, forget the tomb. What if the whole point of Stonehenge wasn't spiritual at all? What if it was something way more practical? Something technological?
And that's the core idea right there. Not a temple, not a sacred site, but a piece of functioning hardware. An ancient, powerful machine built from stone and earth. I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but stick with me here because the evidence is actually pretty compelling.
So let's dive into this wild idea. To really get our heads around it, we have to stop seeing these structures as just standalone monuments. We need to start seeing them as functional parts of a much, much bigger system.
The theory actually rebrands them as processing nodes. So each stone circle wasn't its own separate thing. It was a single component in this huge network, and it was designed to tap into the Earth's magnetic fields to perform, computational tasks. The main takeaway here is that these stones weren't just sitting there looking pretty, they were doing something. So you might be asking, where did this crazy theory even come from? Well, it all starts with a modern discovery, one that peels back all those layers of myth and uncovers something that looks astonishingly like a blueprint.
Just picture a modern dig site. A researcher isn't looking for treasure, but for patterns that everyone else has missed for centuries. And as they carefully brush away the dirt, they find something impossible, something crystalline buried deep down beneath the main stones.
And these weren't just some decorative carvings, no way. The lines were laid out in these complex, repeating sequences, patterns way too mathematical and precise to just be random art. When they were finally analyzed, their underlying structure was, it was unmistakable.
And this was the moment of shocking realization. Those weren't decorations. They were circuit diagrams, blueprints for a technology that simply should not have existed back in the Stone Age. It's a single discovery that just changes our entire understanding of the past.
All of a sudden, the scope of this thing just explodes. We're not talking about one clever monument in England anymore. We're talking about a prehistoric global network spanning continents, and all of it built with this impossible level of precision. So how on earth was that level of precision even possible for a Stone Age culture? Well, the theory says they weren't just skilled builders, they were following instructions. They were being guided by something kind of like an ancient AI, an intelligence that understood all the complex physics, celestial alignments, and Earth energy fields you'd need to build this planetary system.
So what was the ultimate goal here? To create an Earth-scale computation system. Basically, a global computer made of these processing nodes, all working together to calculate data that was absolutely critical for humanity's survival back then.
And what kind of data are we talking about? The real essentials: predicting seasonal shifts, figuring out long-term weather cycles, tracking the migration patterns of animals, and knowing the absolute precise timing for planting and harvesting crops. This wasn't some abstract thing. It was a survival tool, a prehistoric supercomputer designed to manage life on Earth.
Okay, so this brings us to the human element. If the stones are the hardware, who were the users? This is where our understanding of ancient cultures gets completely turned on its head. It's a pretty logical question, right? For thousands of years, we've got records of rituals, chants, and dances happening at these sites. If they were computers, what was the point of all that? Well, the answer is just staggering. This new theory proposes that what we've been calling ritual was actually the user interface. The shaman? He wasn't a priest. He was the world's first programmer. Those ritual dances? A form of data entry. The chanting wasn't a prayer. It was the command to execute a program. And the offerings? They were physical tokens used in the computation itself. But as time went on, the knowledge was lost. The system eventually shut down. Future generations kept doing the rituals, perfectly preserving the motions and the sounds, but they had no understanding of their original technological purpose. They remembered all the moves, but they completely forgot the code.
Which brings us right back to our researcher.
Standing there in the heart of Stonehenge, having finally figured out the key, she reaches out and she places her hand on that crystalline structure. And in that one moment, the world changes forever. A low hum starts to build as the stones themselves begin to glow, ancient circuits lighting up a network across the entire globe. Then a voice echoes, not from a person, but from the system itself. Just two words that confirm everything. You remembered. The system wasn't just a tool, it was intelligent, and it had been waiting.
All this time, we thought we were just studying ancient mysteries. It turns out, we were standing on top of dormant technology. And after thousands of years of silence, that ancient global network is finally back online.
And that leaves us with a truly profound question. If something as fundamental as Stonehenge was so completely misinterpreted, what else from our ancient past have we gotten totally wrong? What other technologies might be hiding out there in plain sight, just dismissed by us as myth and ritual? It's a thought that really changes the very foundation of human history.